Hi, this is Krista at The Secret Yarnery. Welcome to our crochet podcast, episode 38. Hi, welcome back if you are a returning subscriber, and hello if you are new and just popping in for the first time. My name is Krista. I was born in Saskatchewan, Canada, grew up slowly migrating to the West Coast, and moved to Africa in 2001. So I've been in Nairobi, Kenya ever since. And I love it here. So the first half of this podcast is about crochet and crochet related items. And then I digress into bits and snippets about living in Nairobi or going around Kenya. So that's one thing we do for the podcast. We also do crochet alongs. This month is Polka Dot Blanket Cal. So we're all doing this together. And we also do tutorials. I do tutorials, we do them together, and a live chat on Fridays, which is Friday afternoon, evening, my time, and Friday morning in the US. So if you're interested in any of those things, consider hitting the subscribe button below and the notification bell beside that. That way you'll get a notification when I upload a new video, especially the lives on Friday if that's something you're interested in. We have a Facebook group. We have two Facebook groups actually, one for the crochet alongs and one just for what you're working on. So you can find us on Facebook, we're on Instagram, love to have you follow us. All of our details are in the description box below. So just click the show more and blah, 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 it'll all be underneath there. So we'd love to have you join us. So, we're also doing a crochet vacay, so exciting. So it's like a crochet cruise, but we're not cruising. We are going on a safari. We'll see like lions and elephants and zebra and giraffe and hippos, all the good, amazing animals like National Geographic, but in real life. We have great accommodation at a private resort set up. It's all inclusive minus a few meals when we're in Nairobi. So it's a 12-day trip, 4 days in Nairobi, 4 days on safari, and 4 days on Diani Beach, which is amazing. One of my favorite places in the entire world. So can't wait for all that. It'll be super fun. There's more information about that on our website, secretyarnery.com/trips. Now on to crochet bits. Finished objects. I think lots of you have seen it. Is the super fast and easy infinity scarf. So it's 170 stitches with a 6mm hook, and whatever yarn you have going on at your house. I just used regular Kenyan acrylic, which is a worsted weight 4 thickness, and there's no particular yardage for it here. You can see, like, it does not come with that information from the factory, but you can see the difference in yardage. They're each a 100-gram ball. So that is just super random, and that is fine. It does not have to be perfect. We're not measuring, we're not counting stitches. It's literally just a super great project for beginners because you just do a chain and then work in a spiral. So all you're doing is double crochet the whole way through. So you get really good at your stitch and you don't have to worry about joining or stepping up or working in the round or where's the last stitch or your first stitch or all of that stuff. You're literally just doing double crochet until you're finished. So, and I can show you where I finished, maybe if I can find it. I'll find it. Oh, here it is. So that is how we taper it off. I'll try to hide. So it's not even noticeable, and how easy is that? So that is what we did on the weekend. That's my finished object. I can also, and this is my 2.0. We made these when I was teaching crochet. I think it was like our 3rd or 4th project. But I was meaner to my students back then. So I made everybody join in the round, and it was much more work. And let me get it the right way around. My turning chain, it's bent on this side, is so much tighter than the rest of it. Like I'm pulling it out and it is, see, it's a bit like a cape, or maybe you can't see. But anyway, it's really tight on the green side and really loose on the gray side. I still love it, and it does match a lot of things, like all my jeans and stuff. I just thought this color combination would be nicer for YouTube, like it would show up better, and it's kind of for autumn. So, but this is another, you can do anything with them. any colors whatsoever. I know Sylvia is making a bunch. She's already made 2. So I would love to see those, by the way. So you can always post pictures on our Facebook groups, or if you're not on Facebook, you can send me an email. My email is in the description box below, but secretyarnery@gmail.com. So those are my finished objects, which I'm quite proud about actually. I can show you the cowl. I should put it on. That would be the good plan. So how I do it, I put both my arms in and twist one. That looked great, didn't it? And then get it on your neck. So you kind of make a bit of a figure 8. Put it on your head. And let me show you how it is. Oh my God, I really get up. There we go. So it just sits like a nice little cowl. It's nice and cozy. Even on my other one, I like pull it down, so half of it is like tight around my neck, and then the other half I bring down around my shoulders, like when I'm actually cold. I make it into like a weird, generally unattractive thing like that. But it does help you keep warm, you know, when it's cold in the early mornings or whatever. And then as the day progresses, I mean, it looks funny, don't joke, but I don't care. I'm here, I wear it to be warm. It does help. And then I kind of like adjust it later on so that I'm just have it, my shoulders are out. Anyway, that's how I do it, and I really like it. So during the live chat, it was named, I think, African Sky for the colorway. Isn't that great? I love it. Anyway, that is my finished object, singular. I am working on the polka dot blanket, of course, for our cowl. This is as far as I have gotten, which is 6 polka dots wide and, no, 6 polka dots long and 4 polka dots wide. I don't know. Anyway, I have 2 more rows to do, 2 more full rows. So I'm looking forward to that. Let me put it behind us. We can admire while we chat. Okay, so I have 2.5 more rows to do. I have 9 polka dots to still make into squares, and I have 3 squares waiting to be joined. I keep the yarn attached, so I just put in a stitch marker and attach it. But I was doing it last night, and I started to make I made a mistake right in the beginning. Like I had a couple extra stitches, so I was like, oh gosh. Because like, how many have I done already? I should not be making like crazy mistakes like that. So frogged it, because obviously was not the right time to do joining, but I will be doing that today. So that's how I've been doing it. I'm just like working ahead and doing the circles and then just doing a separate joining and watching a good show when I'm doing the circles. So I'm like watching the show, not being like, oh my gosh, it's taking so long. And then sitting down and joining, so I feel like it's going quick. And that's also a question that was asked in the last podcast, I think, was how do I stay motivated to finish like big blankets? And that's how I do it. I do it in stages. So I start by doing all the polka dots, and I won't do anything else until all my polka dots are finished. And then usually I would make everything into a square, and then I would do the joining, because my favorite part is the border. So I always want to do the border because it's so creative. You can put any border on any blanket, and I love that creativity. Like the freedom in your head, and you have all the time while you're working on the blanket to have that border come to mind. So I have these 9 left to do and 3 to join, and then I can start the border. So excited about it. So really looking forward to that. I really want it on my bed. I want to show you I want to show you guys. So I'm really working hard on that. Did this, and is that it for crochet stuff? Just some other questions, I guess, which I thought was actually quite valid. One of my subscribers asked, why do I blur out my kids when they walk past or show up on camera? And the short answer is child protection policy, which I was educated on a few years ago and didn't really know about before. But the gist of it is kids have a right to privacy, and you don't know what their future holds, and they don't know if looking back, or whatever job they have or prestigious position in life, if they want pictures of them on the internet of, oh yeah, that's when you were 6, or that's when you were 7, or that's when you were 8. It's their right to be private, and until they're old enough to make that decision, then it's your job to make sure their identity is private, like their face. Which, I don't know, it's like half-half. Like I have a Facebook page and my kids are on my Facebook, but my Facebook is private. So, and I don't really use Facebook that much, to be honest. But when, I don't know, 5-10 years ago, I used Facebook quite a bit, but it was private. So that's kind of the thinking of it. So then for YouTube, like it was my choice to make a YouTube channel, and my 12-year-old has decided to make a YouTube channel, so I don't blur out his face because he's decided that that's what he wants to do. But for my younger ones, I just blur out their face because it's their choice if they want to do it later on, like when they're old enough to decide. And I shouldn't decide for them because they're too young. How do they know what they want to do with their lives? So that's why I do it. It's not that they're not cute, they're so cute, but that's the gist of it. If you have any questions about crochet or my life here or anything like that, just leave it in the comments below and I will respond to it or talk about it in the next podcast. What else? I'm going to be doing, it's Vlogtober, which I love. I know Setta's Place is doing Vlogtober, or I think she is. I think I saw something on YouTube this morning. So super excited about watching her do all of that, and other people who are doing Vlogtober. I really like those sorts of things. I think I'm not going to do Vlogtober. I'm going to do like a content-ober. I tried to shrink it down, but it didn't turn out right. It could be misconstrued quite easily. So we're calling it content-ober, which I'm going to put up a video every day. So it's not going to be a vlog. It'll be a podcast. There's a live already scheduled, but I'm also going to be putting up other videos throughout the week. I think Tuesdays we're going to do product review. Saturdays is going to be like a new stitch. Well, not new, but like a tutorial on a stitch. Wednesdays is already podcast. Friday is already live, and I'll put tutorials on the other days. Because I was like, I could do that, right? So that is my goal for October. Let me know or wish me luck on keeping up with it. I've made a whole list of things I need to do, so I'm looking forward to it, and that's going to be my challenge, other than also keeping up with other people who are doing Vlogtober, which I think is also great. I'm so excited. So that's me, and that's it for the crochet bit. Now I'm going to digress into Kenya stuff. So the video at the end of this podcast is the tour of a private school, which is about 4.5-hour drive from Nairobi, no matter what, because yeah, it's far away. And it's an excellent private school. It's about $25,000 a year it's British system for your kids to go to school there-ish, depending on their grade. I think it goes up about to 30 for like the high school, $30,000 a year. This is a picture of picking up your kids at the end of the year, which I got quite a kick out of that. So it's quite a prestigious school in that it is so far away. Academics are excellent. The extracurriculars are excellent. The problem is your kids are there. Like you'd have to, I don't know, I can't put my kids in boarding school, but I really wanted to see it. I wanted to justify the price because the price is very comparable to the most expensive school in Nairobi, minus your kid doesn't stay there, your kid doesn't live there, and it's out in the, I don't know, I wanted to compare it. So we went out there, took all the kids, packed up the car, husband's driving, 4 kids in the back, drove all the way out there. In the last podcast, episode 37, for episode 38, today we are doing a tour of the school, so I'll show you around inside. And then next week's episode will be driving back, which we see the camels that I didn't even know we were going to be seeing. Apparently there's a camel farm like really close to the road on the way back. What? Anyway, that's next week. So thank you very much for watching, everybody, and stay hooked. So this is St. Andrew's School or Academy, I'm not sure. But everybody just calls it Turi. Yeah, T-U-R-I, Turi. Yes, basically. Turi's the town. Mom? Yeah?
She's back.
Not in the rest of the world.
The purple plant is that.
Pretty.
The purple one.
It's pretty, isn't it?
That's weird. So they rebuilt it in 1944. So that all the red roofs, most of whatever is over here, is the prep school. All the green roofs, whatever you see on that side, I don't know if you can see, all of that is the senior school.
Okay.
The school in itself is set on 450 acres, and it has 3 main components. So we have the prep. Obviously, that's 3 to 13-year-olds, and then once they leave here, ideally they go to the senior school.
Yeah.
So from 14 to 18, and they sit their A levels. Obviously, when they're around about 18, and then go on to the university.
And how is the school ranking? I've heard great things about it.
Yeah. So in terms of obviously, we are a British school. We are a British international school. We teach the curriculum for England.
Yeah.
And we've done exceptionally well. I think we're ranked first in all of Africa in terms of the IGCSEs and A-level results.
That's what matters.
Yeah. So for academic excellence, I would say, if I was to say the 4 things that the things that makes an Andrew story what it is, the first has to be the Christian ethos. So that's going to be an expectation that the children will go to chapel. They practice. We have a set of ethos and values that they've got to fulfill. And the second must be academic excellence. So we are renowned for that. Hence why we do the assessment.
Yep.
And so we drive for academic excellence. We have a lot of co-curricular activities. So horse riding to sports, lambda, all manner of co-curricular activities. And then it's the whole rural setup.
Yeah.
So I'd like to say is well, not that we're hiding in the sand. It's just that we're not as exposed as you might be in a school somewhere else.
That's in a
that's
bigger
more
place.
In the senior, in the senior school where it starts to become a real issue. Yeah. So that's what we are. We are a boarding school.
Okay, that's good. I've heard. Everybody's like, oh, it's excellent.
Yeah, I think over the years, it's an easy school to it's very easy to attract parents because of that. Yeah, so you're getting a child that does well in school and then truly grounded in some sort of
life.
Yeah, with some sort of value system. So it certainly would be attractive for a parent wanting to bring the child around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what about day school?
So we have a day school component. So the few people that we have that come from day school come from Nakuru. So we have a bus actually that comes in the morning from Nakuru and takes the kids back in the evenings. But then again, we found it's not that attractive to a lot of parents because you would
It's still a lot of driving and Nakuru.
Well, we have a bus.
Right? How long is it?
It's about
45?
50 minutes. 50 minutes.
That's far still.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Okay, it's in the car. We'll get it when we're done talking. Okay.
Yeah. Can I show you? Does he want to drink some water?
Yeah.
Can I show you a spout?
Do you want to see a fountain?
I can go get it.
Yeah, a fountain.
You could try.
Fountain?
It'd be fun.
I'll go get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go get water, boys.
So yeah, I don't know how that would work. I mean, it would physically, would need to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the boarding, the day school element is there. Some people, live there. Earlier, you'd have probably seen them going there. It's very, very, very nice.
Can you see them?
Yeah.
On the way out, we'll look.
Yeah. Come through. Oh, let me just explain just so that you see. So when you're 3 to 12, you will stay in these 2 dorms I'm going to show you. So
Okay.
Junior girls, junior boys accordingly. And then once you're 12 and 13, you go to either this one, which is what we call senior boys.
Yep.
And senior girls, which
Is that?
right over there was a big building you probably saw.
Oh yeah.
All the way here. So what would be the year 7 and 8 would stay in there. Boys and girls would stay there.
Separated.
But then from
When you interrupt people, you know, right?
all of this age,
They're in here.
they stay in here. Now the structure of the boarding house is such that I'm so sorry I don't have it here. I don't have it here.
Okay.
To see if somebody can get it for me. But what happens is, so inside they have, you know, one big dorm.
Right.
And then little dorms that can take 6, 7. And similarly, the boys.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and then now on here we have a library, we have a common area. It's just rooms that are used for different activities, meetings by, you know,
The group.
Yeah, so on and so forth. So we have a pool.
Swimming.
Yeah, that's my entire family.
Is that yours? They've come to support.
They've come to sit around. So yeah.
Well, they're having fun.
Yeah, it's
Is it heated?
it is heated up to 28 degrees.
Oh,
Yeah, so but it's an old-fashioned heating style, so we try to cover it and
Yes.
keep it heated. Yeah.
yes.
Can you go swimming?
You have a big
Not now.
It's called the garden hall,
Okay.
where, you know, what we have productions and so on.
Oh, yes.
All of that is done there.
Okay, like auditorium.
Yeah, it's an auditorium. Really old, I think, probably from, again, the 40s. So really old.
Wow.
Yeah, really old building. So, administrative block. We have here a little dining area. So this little dining hall is for year 1 to 4s.
Oh,
So
cute.
children that would be 6, 5 to 6.
Okay.
To maybe 9-year-olds. So we don't have many of them in that age group. So they eat over here, and the only reason we separate them is because we've got to watch what they're eating. So if you need them to make their own choice meal,
They
they'll
don't.
end up eating fat and fried things.
Yeah.
So we need them to finish their vegetables and so forth. Yeah. That's the kitchen at the back there.
Okay.
So this is the main practical dining.
Oh, wow.
Everybody eats here.
Oh, it looks like Harry Potter. Doesn't it?
Also quite old, I guess. So the seating houses, every table has, you know, people
Their
that
house.
sit on that house.
Oh, okay.
I mean, people that sit on that table from a certain house, they have a head of table, and that head of table rotates per I think week.
Okay.
Yeah, just to give an idea of you know,
Leadership.
yes. A typical class, again, let's just fit into this. Here, and I think you will see. Sorry. Yeah, it's a typical class. Can I show you? I'm just going to look you up. There you go. Okay. Will be something like that. So, you know, there's no art on the sides
Yes.
of the walls or anything. You know, are you in your phone? There you go. Yeah, so you know, the teacher is able to then put people separately. Let's just go this way and I'll show you the side.
I like that.
So we have a craft shop there. Every child has a certain amount of money.
Yeah, I saw that on the fee structure. I was
Yes.
like, that's good.
Yeah,
I'm sure
so-
it'll be gone in the first weekend.
Oh no, but you can use it all.
Oh, really?
Yeah, every week you have an allocation.
Oh, good.
And you can't go beyond that allocation. It's nice to teach math. So they
Yes.
say, I got a lollipop that was 5 shillings. I got this and I got a pack of peanuts or dried fruit, whatever. So they just over time work out
How
you know,
much it
this
costs.
is how, yes.
And how much money
And
they
how
have
much
left.
They have left over, you know, for the week.
Right.
So it's all just weekly. Yeah, and it really helps with ensuring that we're not giving them, you know, too much sugar or junk or whatever. So that's the medical center.
Okay.
It's pretty big. We can admit, I think, about 20 at a time. If
Okay.
we needed to. Like I said, we have a pediatrician and a team of about 20 that work there.
That is great.
Yeah,
That was a concern.
yeah. So we're just redoing this. The tennis court. It used to be clay
Yeah.
court. So we're just I think upgrading it and making it better. So
Yeah.
everything is under construction.
That's fine.
That's the chapel from 1931.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's very, very, very old.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and so I think these trees.
Oh wow.
Really, really
They're
old
huge.
sycamore figs. Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, but it's still the medical center.
Oh, that's great. You like it, boys? Yeah.
Yeah, so
It's a race? Okay, show me racing. Who's going to be the fastest? Okay. You could show me
yeah, we have.
the playground.
No, this is before children are in the proper prep school.
Uh-huh.
So before they're 5,
Right.
they would normally come here. So between 4-year-olds and 5-year-olds will come here. What we call the reception.
Okay.
So it's a sort of in between crash and proper
Year
school.
1, yeah.
Yes. So
Like a
we
kindergarten.
call it a reception. Yes, a bit like a kindergarten actually. Yeah. All of these flat houses, the little
It's cute.
in there.
What?
Something's going on my head.
Well, watch your head.
Probably my finger. What are you doing? Ow!
Don't know.
What was that?
Probably on the phone, getting lost. He'll find us.
Hey, it's that. Lost.
He's coming.
Guys, he's done. That I'm coming.
Because he hasn't talked on the phone all day, that's why.
So I've forgotten that the horses are not here. Normally the stable is just here.
Oh, nice.
So I looked around this way. I thought they'd see the horses, but now I remember that they're
They're on the other side.
on the other side. So these are prep music area.
Okay.
So all of the music, food and technology,
Okay.
design and technology. Sorry,
Mm-hmm.
all happened around here. So all these are music rooms
Uh-huh.
that people can do practicing and so on. So forth.
And what instruments do they teach?
All,
All of them?
yeah, violin, the big ones. I don't know,
The
mostly
orchestra.
the orchestra, yeah, because
Okay.
that's one of our biggest areas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so and also choir. We're very, very big on choral music. So
Mom, there's a horse
music
down
and
here.
choir.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so the stables are just down here. We'll see them if we come around here. Right here.
There's a lake.
Be careful.
No one's supposed to go. Perfect hill for slip and slide.
It would be pretty good,
Yeah,
actually.
it would be. Oh yeah, so it seems a few of them are still in here.
Oh, there they go. No, they'll be
Yeah.
happy.
Yeah.
And how many horses are there?
I think
A lot?
yeah, not that many. It might be around 20, maybe 25.
Okay.
Yeah, so horse riding is also one of the things that we do.
Mhm.
We offer it as a traditional activity for people that would
Right.
want to do
Yeah.
that.
I think today I'd like to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how many acres are there?
So it's 450 acres,
Oh, gee whiz.
but we've probably built on about 100 maybe.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so the rest of it is,
Still yours.
Yeah, and the outdoors, sort of like these, lots of forests,
Uh-huh.
because we obviously need a lot of wood to keep warm.
Oh,
firewood and
that's
so on.
true,
So,
yes.
Yeah, so we have this sort of rotating system.
Uh-huh.
So we cut down the trees, but then we replant them. We have a water reservoir there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a big principal house.
Oh, good.
Kind of cool. So normally he has a big garden because he has,
Events.
parts that the children will probably come to do.
Oh,
In
good.
his house have, special dinners with Santa
Okay, we go
Claus
to
with
the
the
house
horses.
horses.
Yeah.
Go go to the horses.
No, I
Go
don't
pee
think-
these ones.
Yeah.
Go pee over here.
Do you want to be
Go pee over there.
God's natural toilet?
Yes.
Yeah.
To the side.
Mom, down there.
Cool. Make a wish.
Yeah. Oh, there's so much of that dandelion here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also stinging nettle.
Oh, is there? That stinging nettle?
Yes, don't touch that.
And this also don't
yes,
touch.
don't touch that.
Don't touch this.
Why?
It's poison. Come on, dude. This is pretty. Hi, it's so nice to see you.